It's your boy Schroeder Poet, man, and we back on Black Prosperity. It's episode 10. I'm cheesing hard because it's like the 100th take, but whatever, we here with it, man. Got my boy Dinuzzo in the building with me,
sir.
Man. Much love. Appreciate you for coming out.
Nah, no
what
doubt,
you been
bro.
up to, bro?
I just been working, man. I just moved to Florida, Fort Lauderdale area in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So I've been out there like a year, but I'm originally from Virginia. So I just been, you know what I'm saying?
Why you just
getting accustomed
and not like?
I don't say. I mean, I say.
I'm from the 7 cities, like 7-5. Like y'all rep y'all shit respectfully.
Nah, I do say VA, but like I'm saying, like I feel like I don't never really just be like I'm from the 7-5 because like everybody don't know what that mean. Like if I'm outside of VA, they don't be knowing what the fuck 7-5 means. So I just don't really say that shit. But I'm really from Virginia, so I don't feel the need to say that like every time. Like I feel like it'd be niggas that's not really born there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's a lot of I gotta, you know, niggas like to give VA a lot of slack, but as far as like musically, bro, there's been a lot of greats that have came from that side of the water, or however y'all explain it. So
yeah,
just VA in general, because Chris Brown from Tappahannock,
yeah,
like it's real talent out there, like.
Nah, it is.
So like, speak to me a little bit about like your journey on becoming Dinuzzo and stuff like that, and is that history and all that, like all that musical talent that is around, has that like inspired you, motivated you, or is this something that
I think naturally it does? Like just being from there, like everybody know the people from Virginia, so we all kind of like look up to them. So I think it's like natural that you, and then where we are in Virginia, it's like you get, you know, a lot of people that come to Virginia be from New York, like, you know, Philly, like whether they're in military or what, they come from down south, like, so you get like everything in Virginia, like, cause you got people from Georgia, you got people from South Carolina, North Carolina that come there, New York, Philly, DC, so it's just like a melting pot of different sounds. So I feel like everybody is kind of inspired by outside, you know, type of, it's just a mixture of people there. I feel like.
So it's like, you know, most people grow up and they want to be the one in front of the camera. They want to be the artist. They want to be the star. Like, yeah. Like, did you like figure this out at a young age, or is it something that came about like as you got older and was kind of trying to just find yourself?
I was always interested in music, like since the beginning when I was a kid, but I just I didn't really know how to play nothing. Like I was never classically trained on music. Yeah. But like my family, like my mom can sing, you know what I mean, and my dad, he used to always like, my dad was young, you know what I'm saying? He was a young dad, so he was hip to all the hip hop. Like he used to put me on to like all the like old school artists that was hard. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, damn, what was I saying?
You talking about your pops being music?
Smoke too much weed. Yeah, so like that's pretty much how I learned my shit. Like, you feel me? I feel like my family just automatically played music, and I used to listen to it. I just like music. And then I I got a piano when I was a kid. I used to always ask for pianos.
You know how to play the piano?
Not really. Like, but the thing is, people think I can play. Like, you know what I mean?
How about my child a piano, nigga? We're gonna get you piano lessons, like, cause that ain't no cheap ass.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I would have took some when I was little, but my peoples wasn't like forcing me to do music or nothing. That's cool though. My peoples was more on the sports shit, but like that's literally how I kind of got into music, and then I used to want to rap a little bit, and then, you know, I think that's how most producers start. You know what I mean? They want to rap, and then they end up trying to make their own beats. That's how I came in. I think I was in high school. I didn't start till I was in high school though, so I didn't even start doing music for real seriously until my senior year of high school, bro. Like,
it's always type niggas, like the one nigga, he never played a down of high school football. This nigga's going first round draft pick. Like,
wait, nah, like, it really do be like that.
You really just be like destined for it. You just gotta walk into your path. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, I had homies that like my homeboy Robbie. He was the first one to allow me to like come over his crib and like record. You know what I mean? So him doing that kind of like made me want to like do it. I'm like, damn, I gotta get a laptop. I gotta get me a mic. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I started. And I didn't know how to do nothing. So I had to learn how to do everything from zero. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard in the beginning. Like, but I was literally doing it for fun. That was the difference, because I played football and ran track. I was really thinking I was going to play sports in college, but I'm like, at the same time, I used to get injured a lot. Like always getting fucked up. I'm like the smallest nigga on the field, so it just used to always be like, when I would get hit, it would always be OD. Like, so I'm like, I just noticed my body kind of not being able to take it, so I'm like, I'm about to just try this music shit, like, because I was decent, you know what I mean, when I first started. But I kind of had the ideas of what, like, my ideas were dope. I just didn't know how to, like, make it sound crazy yet. You know what I mean? You gotta get the good drums and all that shit, but that's how I started, bro.
So, like, what platform did you first start on? Like, what was the first
FL.
You bought to make your beat? Did you use GarageBand? Did you use
FL Studio, man?
FL Studio.
Yeah.
Is that what you recommend to up and coming producers?
If
you don't have access to resources and you just try to like,
if you got a Windows computer, well, now it's on Mac and Windows, so it don't really matter. But you could do either or. But before it was only on Windows, so you had to have a cracked version on Mac back in the day. But now they got it on Mac. So I mean, I feel like it's whatever you learn. You know what I'm saying? You could do Ableton, you could do Pro Tools, you could do whatever the hell you want to, Logic. But FL Studio, I feel like is dope for people that don't know music. You know what I mean? Because there's so many videos on the internet that will help you learn this shit. Like now, like it's all the secrets on the internet, for real. So anybody can make a beat now. But you know, there's more to that shit than just making the beat. You got to be able to get that shit to somebody. So that's the hard part, for real.
So to take it from where you started at to like transition into where you are now, like when you look back at it, like when you look back at it, like what do you think of your process, and like is there anything that you will go back and do a little bit differently that you think would even propel you even farther than where you are now? Like let's say you had instances where maybe you sold yourself short, like you think that where you are now is somewhere you should have been already, but due to like maybe, you know,
I mean, it's certain things that I'll think about and I'll be like, you know, if I would have did this, I would have, you know what I mean? I probably could have been here. But honestly, bro, I feel like where I'm at now is where I was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, everything just aligned a certain way. You know what I mean? For certain stuff to happen. If this wouldn't have happened, then that wouldn't have happened. You feel me? So I just feel like the way it happened is the way I was supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be like, damn, I should have been on, but like, it's like that shit gonna happen when it's your time. I feel like, regardless.
So now that you are on, what do you wake up and say? Like, you know,
I mean, I don't even feel like I'm on yet though, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, respectfully, as you,
I feel like I'm in a position now where I can make shit happen. You know what I mean? Now, like, I have a better chance of like making something happen. But I feel like I'm still in a upcoming position. Like because people don't know me yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. But it's like
they don't even know I did certain stuff that I've done. Because they would have to know, like, to know type shit.
And that's why it's perfect, because this is Black Prosperity. It really shows, like, here, like, man, you never know who you working with, who people are, bro. Like, it's a lot of people behind the scenes that really make things what they are. Like, your favorite songs come from people like Dinuzzo, people like X that y'all saw on, like, episode 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to tell them some of the songs that you did, like, some of your favorite ones. It don't even got to be the ones that's most known, but some of your most favorite ones.
All right, so I feel like one of my favorites, of course, is the first one, the Davey shit. You know what I mean? The Davey shit happened. I was at Virginia State, and my boy X, he here right now. You know what I'm saying? He had hit me, and you know, he's like, yo, bro, like, I got this email, bro. It's for Dave East or whatever. He like, it's one of his homeboys joint, but like, you should send some beats or whatever. So I'm like, all right. And usually I wouldn't have did it. Like, I probably would have been like, forgot about it. But I was like, all right, let me just try. Because I used to shoot sometimes. Like, I'll shoot my shot. Like, I might send beats to an email every now and again. But and he sent it to me or whatever, and I just went through. I sent like probably like 10 to 15 beats, like, and like that next month, I had seen like my boy Raylan had hit me and was like, "Yo, bro, why you ain't tell me you was on Dave East project?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, and I ain't had no big placements at the time, so it was just I only had like placements with like people that was kind of like upcoming, like you know. And you know, Dave East was like hot at that time. Like he was like super like on fire. He had just came out. But my boy sent me the cover, and I'm like, it said Dinuzzo, but I'm like, I never had no big placement, so I'm like, is there somebody else named Dinuzzo or some shit? Like, they can't be talking about me. Like, that's what I was thinking in my head. But and then when the song came out and shit, I heard it, and my tag was in the shit, DJ Holiday. So that shit was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? The way that shit happened. But that was my first big placement. I feel like, and then I feel like my favorite placements that I have is, the first one has to be Beautiful Lies, of course. I did Beautiful Lies for Kalani Young Blue.
That shit's, that's a joint that's gonna have longevity.
Yeah,
that shit.
That shit's hot. I did that joint with my boy Chaz and Happy. That was just like crazy, like to be able to be on a record like that. And then
the process of that one, like
that shit was crazy because my boy Chaz had hit me and he was just like, he's like, yo, you got time to do a beat? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm chilling, like I'm at the crib. And then he sent me like this guitar. He like, yo, like Blue recording to this right now, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but we need a beat on it. So I'm like, all right. I didn't hear the song. I never heard the song. So he sends me the guitar loop or whatever, and then I just did what I felt, bro. And I had to do it in 25 minutes though.
That's crazy.
So that was the craziest part.
You created Beautiful Lies in 25 minutes?
Kinda.
so
like pretty much I had a beat that I had already did like that, like not too long before, and I was like listening to the loop. I'm like, yo, this beat would sound crazy on this loop. So I took the drums and stripped them from my other beat and brought them over to the other guitar, and then I just created a new 808, laid that shit out, sent it over, bro. 25 minutes, and then next thing I know, that was Beautiful Lies. So that shit is crazy.
That's crazy. Like,
yeah.
That's really crazy. Like, you probably like, did you even think that they would even use it?
I mean, I knew they was gonna use it because he hit me about it. Yeah. So it was like I knew it was gonna be something, but I was just hoping that they liked it. You know what I mean? Like I ain't know if what I did was gonna be the vibe of the song.
And would you say Beautiful Lies is essentially like the one that opened the door for you as far as new ventures and opportunities?
Well, I already was kind of like, I was getting placements. You know, I got had the Jaden shit. I had the Jaden Cuddy record.
Had the Jaden shit.
The Bad Boys soundtrack joint with Jaden, and then I had Trippie Redd. I had 2 on his Pegasus album. So I already was kind of like doing shit, you know, but I feel like Beautiful Lies was the one that really like took it to like next level type shit, like where I kind of went up a level. Like, all right, now I'm like I'm in the door, but I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still making a name for myself, like type shit. But so that shit, like, me and my homeboy was talking one day. The shit is like the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Or the NBA. It's like you know, you playing in college, and then you get to a point where you like get drafted, and then once you get drafted, you feel me? Now you gotta like, you gotta do some shit. Like you gotta go crazy. So
you gotta stay in the league.
Yeah, like so. I feel like now I'm like getting to that point where I'm like trying to figure out.
You in your rookie contract?
Yeah, I'm in my rookie contract right now. Type shit. Like
before you go for the Supermax.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I'm on right now. Like. And that's the best way I could kind of describe it. Like, I mean, it'd be a lot of people that do music, but everybody not like in with the niggas. That's really like the niggas you gotta be like working with and sending records to. Like,
so speak to some of the obstacles that like you deal with, or like frustrations you might experience, because you know a lot of people might think shit be 112 pieces of cream. It's like, oh, well, you got this and that, so. this, but it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah, a lot of misconceptions. Like people think like because you got a song out that you rich. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even see none of that money until like a year and some change later.
You
like
gotta do the numbers first.
Yeah, and then it has to be collected. You gotta make sure the record's registered. Like it's a lot of stuff that go into like the business side. They gotta do the paperwork. All that shit gotta get done before you can even like go register the record.
So what is the process of selling your creations, of selling your beats and stuff like that? Like how does that work?
I mean, pretty much like I send the beats out, you know what I mean? The people do the records or whatever, and then they decide what they want and what they gonna keep type shit, and then you know at that point they gotta send the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, but that's why I'm saying it'd be hard for people because if they not talking to the people that they need to be talking to, how they gonna get paid? How they even gonna get credit? Like that's why it be niggas with no name on their record, like type shit, because people don't be knowing who did what, and you know if you ain't got no representation, it's kind of hard to like get in contact with certain people. Okay. So that'd be like one obstacle people go through. That's like the process though. Once they send the paperwork, that's when you know like all right, it's a placement, like. And then they usually pay you after though. That's another thing. Like you might not get paid until I don't know. It could be all type of time. I've heard some people not getting paid for years, like 6 years, like from a beat that they might have did long ago. You know, so that's another thing that happens. And then it's all these other people that might be included into the record that might not have done nothing beat-wise or song-wise. They might have did something else. Like, they might have connected this person and that person. Like, you know, so sometimes it's people on the records that you know what I'm saying, that's another obstacle I feel like producers got to go through, and writers. Writers don't even be getting paid. Like, they don't get, like as much royalties as the producer. You know, so it's a lot of shit, bro. Like, honestly, I'm still learning, like, every day. That's the thing, like, I'm kind of, like, learning as I'm going. So you might have stuff that might have happened. You like, damn, I wish I would have, like, but, you know, it's all good that you go through it because, you know what I mean, you got to learn it. Ain't nobody going to tell you. Because then if they tell you, they not going to be able to succeed the way they succeed, like, you know, so.
So as far as, like, it doesn't really, like, just hearing that, it's like, damn, that doesn't even sound like a sustainable, like, income, like a money flow, like.
Yeah. So
it's the process of really, like, do you take that same approach as an artist when it comes to, like, labels or getting deals or stuff like that to where you can actually get, like, signed or something like that? Is that ideal for producers, or do you want to stay?
Nah, producers get signed. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could get a deal. Like, it's different type of deals. They got admin deals. They got publishing deals. I don't know all the ins and outs of everything, but, like, I'm in a publishing deal, like, with Sony. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just, I don't say it's the same approach. It's different approaches depending on what the situation is.
But publishing deals, if I'm not mistaken, they give you a little bit more free range to kind of.
I mean, pretty much they give you money. Like, they give you money that, like, is supposed to be, like, the money that you're projected to recoup based off of what you got already out. So they go in the systems, look at, like, what records you have, your percentages, and then they pay you in advance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, make your advance last, though. Yeah. That's the thing. So you might have that money, but you don't want to, like, you might have it all at once. So, like, it's harder to budget because you gotta. You feel like you got it. Yeah, but you gotta. That shit gotta last 3 years or whatever your deal is. So, and then you gotta recoup. You gotta make back what you got. Yeah. You know what I mean? So essentially, it's really a loan. Like, you know what I mean? So. But it helps though, like, you know, depending on, like, everybody don't got it like that where they could just move and go stay somewhere and be able to work on music. So a lot of people will go sign a deal so that they could like get to a better position, and then like once you get out of that deal, you do good and you believe in yourself, you could go crazy.
But that's it's good that you use that verbiage, because a lot of people don't understand like the numerical and analytical details of contracts and deals and stuff like that, and how it's really not hard for artists to go broke.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Because it's like, I signed you, but you gotta make this bet for me.
Yeah.
And once you start getting into a situation where you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, you know what I'm saying? It's not surprising to go bankrupt, especially when you have to deal with these labels and not giving artists their royalties or their back ends and stuff like that. It's real. Because
some people be like, it's set up for you to like be in a hole, like probably like so. It's.
You ever feel the pressure of that?
I mean, I be thinking about it sometimes. I be like, damn, bro, like I can't fuck up type shit. Like but I feel like I believe in myself. Like I feel like the way I set my stuff up, like I went and got a team. I went and got managers, lawyer, like so it took me a while to find that too, because like I be reading vibes of people, like so
what's the best way to go about that for someone who's probably just making that leap? They might be trying to figure out, okay, got these people fucking with me, but how do I get the right legal team behind me to understand these contracts, these numbers?
I mean, with the lawyer stuff, you just gotta kind of like, I feel like the best way is to kind of like ask around, like a lot of people deal with a lot of the same lawyers, and like it's a lot of good lawyers, and what I mean, it's a lot of lawyers that's probably not good, but you just gotta feel right. I feel like if it feel right to you, then what I mean, that's what you should go with. Like, I don't think you should ever really like just take somebody's like something somebody say and just take it and just run with it, because it's like at the end of the day, if that don't work out for you, you gonna blame them. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just be able to blame myself, like, for not, and learning from what I did, like, type shit. Like, so I feel like trusting your gut, bro. Like,
I'll be real with you, bro. The shit that you feel me that I've already heard, you'll be good, man.
Nah.
It's just all about getting the right people on that shit, bro. But as far as the quality and the content, bro.
Yeah, no, thank you, bro.
Some shit that's gonna create wealth.
Nah, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Just stay consistent. And I'm super proud of you, bro, because I know you before the DV shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just in passing, mutual friends, you know what I'm saying? Then we joined the same org and shit like that. So we pretty much really been locked in ever since. And to see that growth, bro, like that shit, like, it's like, damn, like, bro, that's my nigga. Like,
I know, because it's so crazy just being in school. Like, I used to be telling people, like, I remember telling certain people, you know what I mean? And now it'd be like certain people be hitting me and be like, "Yo, bro, like I remember." I'd be like, bro, it'd be so crazy. Like,
I remember in the panic shit, bro. I was like,
and I didn't want to ever feel like.
I'm like, yo, bro. I was telling him, like, bro, like, yes, there's, like, I ain't trying to be no dick rider or like, your favorite shit, but it's like. You feel me? I'm still mad at YR too. Isn't that ass?
Nah, that boy still working. I'll be on his ass. I'll be like, what? I'll be like, yo, bro. I'm like, you better not stop rapping, bro. I swear.
I'm like, bro, he good. Like, let him work through his shit. He be alright. Like,
nah, that shit be so. It be so dope though. Like when you get the messages like from people like. For sure. That like you remember from school, you might not have been like the tightest with them, but they hit you up and be like, damn, bro, like I remember you was right here and then now you there, like that should be dope. Like,
VSU, y'all take y'all time with our invitations.
Word, man.
You know what I mean? But take too long, it's gonna cost you. You know what I mean? God damn, you already cost me.
Today's price, or what do you say? Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Nah, for real. Because I'm telling you, in a matter of time, it's going up.
It's crazy, man. Like, and that also just goes to show you too, though. Like I said, we met in school, so there's so many ways that you can go about pursuing your passions and stuff like that. You don't have to go to school. You can go to school. You can get a trade. You can do whatever. Like, you could work a job. you can go to school and still chase something that fulfills you outside of what you're doing. You know, just allow that stuff to like, you know, fund your dreams or just be your backup as you wait to achieve your dreams. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is a prime example of black prosperity because there's always 1,000 no's before there's one yes. You know, and
no word.
You know, and shit, even before you got the publish on this shit, just we as your people, we like, bro, nigga, been hard. Like, since Dave East, niggas would have thought that, like, all right, that shit would have been locked in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man,
you know, it be kind of, that's another obstacle. You know, you don't really get to work with the artists like that. You know what I mean? Like, you think, like, people think, like, we in the rooms with these artists, like, it don't always be like that nowadays. Back in the day, that's what they did. Like, you know, they used to really, like, be hands-on. And
I feel like that's kind of, I feel like that cemented the producers way more than just now, because it don't even really, I guess it could feel not even real, like, you know what I'm saying? Being as you're a producer right now, how do you feel about this AI shit that's out though? Like,
I feel like it's fire, but I just feel like it's kind of like, it'll never be better than real people doing it, you know, like, because they can only copy and mimic what has already been done, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's tough though that they can do that, like, and sound like people, but
I think that shit is fucking nuts.
It's crazy though.
Scary, yo. Like,
it is scary because like you gotta think
like that shit.
You gotta think about the bad shit people gonna do. With
That's
like,
what I'm saying, bro. Like,
because there's so much crazy shit you could do. Like, you could act like somebody else and do some wild shit.
Could drop some shit and really
be using somebody else's voice
and
like
get up out of there before they even you know what I'm saying?
You can use somebody else's voice.
That shit cool. Do you think it's they don't be detrimental to the game though?
Yeah, I think it could be because it'll make it to where like whoever the higher ups probably not gonna want to use nobody. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they gonna just have the computers doing shit and making money for themselves. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, because they wouldn't need the people that they need to make money. So. I don't know. I don't know, bro. It sound like some iRobot shit.
Oh God.
Like, for real. I don't know. The way they talking about it right now, it's kind of weird.
So, man, as we get to the conclusion of this episode, man, like, you know, what's something you want to leave for like the Instagram caption? Something motivational for the young engineer, young producer out there that might be watching or that might look up to you.
Yeah.
Trying to just wait for their big break, man.
I feel like, I mean, my best advice is to just like, you know, whatever you doing, just, you gotta love it. One, you know what I mean? And you just gotta stay consistent, really, like, cause I just stayed consistent, bro. I've been making beats since 2015 to now, 2023. So, like, you know what I mean? I ain't know nothing. I didn't have no knowledge of music, for real. I just kind of had an ear, you know what I mean? But it'd be a lot of people that have ears, they just don't got the drive to just consistently do the shit, like, you know what I mean? Because they don't see instant results. Right. But you're not gonna see instant results. You know, you gotta just keep working and not expect results, and they gonna start coming in. Like, that's the best way I could say it, honestly.
Hey, man. It's a wrap. Appreciate it. I'm just sitting here. I'm just a loss for words because, like, I was in the middle of the thought, and I'm just thinking, like yo, bro, VSU, we really some young legends. Like,
nah, real stuff.
Like, I was sitting here thinking about this platform, about how many, like, but we really have. You don't think we get money? You don't think we have emotion? Like,
nah, for real. It's dope though.
They love the Howards and the Hamptons and A&Ts, are rightfully so. But
yeah,
5 years, 10 years from now, like, VSU will be one of those notable universities. You know?
Shout out VSU, bro.
Shout out Big State, man. It's Black Prosperity. We out, man.